Alright, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How is it going? I am Is There No One Else? My cat is also here for the commentary, so if you hear him in the background, my bad. Well, not my bad, it's his bad. But the video I'm bringing you today is not cat related at all. Wanted to talk a little bit about gear sets and the game in general and in the community. I thought this would be worthy of making a video on because I've had the same conversation with a few people. About 2 or 3 weeks ago now, we were talking in my Discord. If you guys have not joined the Discord yet, there's a link in the description. It's a pretty cool place. A lot of people go there to ask for build questions and advice. A lot of laid back people. You know, I'm obviously biased because it's my Discord, but I think it's pretty damn fun. So check it out. Anyways, we were having a discussion there last week, and we were talking about gear sets and skills and abilities, and running different sets. I was joking with Zdan at one point, and I told him like, hey man, like you should run Earthgore, and he goes, I get made fun of relentlessly if I wore Earthgore on any of my builds, and I posed the thought. I was like, can you imagine what the YouTube community would look like if the 1vxers and stuff did not handicap themselves? If they ran the actual strongest stuff and they posted clips on the strongest gear that they could run. Because oftentimes, a lot of players, good players, they do end up gimping themselves in one way or another. For instance, like I don't care what people wear. Me personally, I don't like I'll wear them occasionally just to see like how strong they are to do a video on and everything. But I don't like to wear proc damage sets. I'm not a fan of them. I like to do my own damage, with my classes, which is kind of funny considering I'm posting 90k clips. 90ks don't have damage, but I like doing my own damage. I don't like relying on a proc condition to do damage for me. But that's not to stop other people from doing it, But we had a discussion about that, and then King of Games, I think like 2 weeks ago, came out with a video about, nerfing yourself and all this other things, and I've had a few other conversations with people, and I wanted to just talk about it and get it out there for you guys and, ask you guys your thoughts on this, because at the end of the day, you shouldn't listen to anybody else. If you want to run a gear set, you want to play a class, you want to do whatever, you should do it. This is a game. At the end of the day, if you have school, work, girlfriend, wife, whatever, parents, you hop on a game to have fun. And there's so many people out there that immediately like try to talk shit about anything that you're doing. You get hate messages for cheating, you hate messages for running, different classes because they're OP, different gear sets because they're quote-unquote OP, and I want to provide my perspective because I think it's a little unique, but, obviously I post videos on YouTube. I run some powerful stuff, like I've ran the Pet Sork and elsewhere. I run what the meta is, for some of the strongest classes so that I can do a video on it and explain, whether or not it's worthy of, whether or not it's OP and it needs an adjustment, or if, it's a learn to play issue. I also run weaker classes. I run Magic and Nightblade. I'm playing Mag DK right now. I love playing Mag DK. At the end of the day, I don't care how bad this class is. I will continue to play it because it's fun. But my point is I play a little bit of everything. I hop off and on, and I play different classes. And there was a point where, people would talk shit about some of the stuff that I was posting, and they still occasionally do. And if you guys have watched my Dragonhold clips, I've posted just about a little bit of everything. I've done Mag DK, just about everything but like Mag Warden and Mag Necro. And on just about every video that I've posted, there's somebody out there saying that class is OP. Whether, and I'm serious about this. Like, I've had people post on my comment section that Magic and Nightblade is overpowered in open world PvP because of Cloak. I've heard the same thing about Stamina Nightblade. I've heard the same thing about Stamina Necromancer, Stamina Dragonite, Stamina Templar, Magic Sork. Like, every class is OP to somebody, So, some classes, in my opinion, are like a hell of a lot stronger than others, and some classes aren't. But at the end of the day, that's my point. Who you run across and who you talk to, you shouldn't really listen to outside people. If you want to run a class because it's fun, you want to run a gear set because it's fun, you want to cheese people down with Zon and, like just melt their health bars, you should do it. Who cares? At the end of the day, it's in the game. That's what it's there for. You shouldn't nerf yourself in open world PvP. Like, if you're playing, solo, 2, 3, 4-man group, you're going to run across cost increase poisons. You're going to run across every other gear set in the game, every ultimate, people sniping you down, people desyncing you with snipe, people doing all these. That guy took a nasty whip. People just want to, people in larger groups just don't give a shit. They want to wear the strong stuff. They're going to do whatever, and because they want to win, they want to compete. And why should you gimp yourself? At the end of the day, like, you shouldn't be forced to gimp yourself. And so, some people, a lot of people tell me like, hey man, Stamina Necromancer looks like a lot of fun, and they're like, I don't know if I want to play it because it just seems kind of, overpowered. And it's, don't get me wrong, Stamina Necromancer is good. It is definitely one of the best classes in the game. But at the same time, I have a hard time believing in open world that it's not stronger than Stamina Templar, Stamina Dragon Knight, or Stamina Warden. Like, they all have their own unique strengths and capabilities from a 1vx solo outnumbered situation. They're different, but they have their individual strengths that make them more than capable to do these things. And so it comes down to preference as to, in my opinion, for what you want more. And so I just don't listen to people that say that certain stuff is OP or overpowered, or you shouldn't play this and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what they think. And it brings me to my next point. There's a big chunk of this community that really likes to talk down and insult other players for running certain gear sets. Whether it's proc conditional sets like Thurvican or Zon, or whether they're hopping on a Necromancer or a Templar or a Pet Sork because it's flavor of the month or whatever. Like, people just want to hate, and you'll run across, I'm sure a lot of you guys know these people, but you'll run across players that, they're on a strong class. Let's say they're on a Stam DK or a Stampline, and they're running like Bloodspawn and, fucking 2 damage sets because they can. And, they're going to talk shit on people that are on other classes running other things. And it always floors me, because it's like, at the end of the day, you need to run something at least kind of strong in order to 1vx. You know what I mean? Like, you have to run either damage sets, or you have to run a stronger class with higher tooltip damage, or better burst, or whatever. Like, you have to do something. And so some of these people out here are arbitrarily drawing the line and deciding what everybody else should or should not run. And it fucking floors me. And it just... yeah, don't listen to those people. At the end of the day, don't listen to those people. Like, some people are like, oh yeah, you shouldn't wear Thurvican because, it's got Defile. Like, who gives a shit about that person? Fuck that guy. You should wear sets that you want to wear. Some sets are going to carry, and you should be cognizant of the fact that if you're playing a class and, you're running a set that does carry your damage, or it's doing stuff that you wouldn't get anywhere close to on another class or build, you should know that and go like, okay, well, if they ever nerf this, I might be fucked. I should learn, how to play a different way. But there's a lot of people in the community where they're like, I play, they want to classify and narrow things down so that they're known as a good player. So they'll say, if you're not running medium on a stamina build, you're doing it wrong. If you're not wearing, Bloodspawn on a Dragon Knight, you're doing it wrong. If you're not wearing 2 max magic sets on a Sork, you're doing it wrong. Like, they want to classify it, and eventually you get to a point to where, you got the guy out there that wants to be known as the best red guard Magicka GK that wears 2H and bow on a Saturday wearing 2 damage sets, but then wears 2 defensive sets on a Sunday and tanks shit. Like, they just want to classify everything down, and then they want to judge everybody else that doesn't do what they do. They want to set the bar at themselves exactly for what they want to do, and then judge everybody else based off of that, which at the end of the day is complete bullshit. It's stupid. We hop on the game to play this and have fun, and there's different ways to be competitive. There's different ways to go out and do things. I've talked about this occasionally, but I started playing Stamina Necromancer when it first came out, as an example. When it came out on the PTS, I posted dueling videos of me playing on Stamina Necromancer. I was really excited for the class. It looked like a lot of fun. I wanted to play it. And when it came out, everybody was running the class for the Bashalant. Everybody was running in saying, like, this is a great class. It's got a two cheesy ass ultimates, and every build you ran across was either running the vulnerability ult or the bash ult. And on Xbox specifically, for at least a patch, people were saying that it's only Stamina Necromancer was only a bash ultimate or ultimate class. You know, it wasn't good for anything else. It wasn't good for 1vx. It wasn't good for outnumbered. It was only an ultimate class. And if you guys go back and watch, you know, from Scalebreaker, you know, elsewhere in Scalebreaker, I was posting 1vx clips on my Stamina Necromancer. And, you know, at that point in time, just not a lot of people had caught on yet. You know, and I thought the class was strong, but a lot of people didn't. You know, they didn't know that it was what it was. And now after a while, we have a little bit more information, and you know, people are nervous about a Stamina Necromancer meta, and they're worried about all these meta humpers running around with, like, you know, blast bones and all this other stuff that you can't deal with. And you know, at the end of the day, I think it's a little overblown. You know, Stamina Necromancer is definitely a strong class, but yeah, like, just my opinion, I just don't see it being much stronger than the other three stamina classes I mentioned before. But even if it was, like, I'm not going to hate on somebody for wanting to run Stamina Necromancer. You know, you work a long day, or you have a rough day at school, or you know, whatever, or you get in a fight with your girlfriend, you want to hop on, you want to have a good time, and all of a sudden you just got some toxic shitter PC kids, you know, gaming kids that, like, or adults or whatever, that want to talk shit about what you're doing and, like, make themselves feel better. And it's like, you know what, play the game. You know, like, put the chats, put the whispers on ignore, play the game, have fun how you want to have fun. You know, like, at the end of the day, that's what the game's for. You know, so I get annoyed like anybody else. I'll get annoyed when somebody, you know, 12v2 or 12v3s and Zons me down, because it's like, well, dude, I only died because of Zons. Like, Zons is a powerful monster set. But at the same time, I'm not going to talk shit to that person either. You know, I'm not going to be like, well, look at this fucking asshole, only running Zons, only doing this. You know, like, who cares? You know, at the end of the day, who cares? So, I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this, because, I don't know, I think it's worth having a conversation on. You know, at the end of the day, you know, the Cliff's Notes is, you know, strength is subjective. You know, if you only play one class, like if you play Magplar, you're going to consider some classes more OP than others, because some classes are a better counter to the classes that you're playing. You know, if you're playing a Nightblade, it's the same thing. If you're playing a stronger class, you know, you're able to wear different monster and gear sets because the class is stronger. You know, like if you look at Stamina Templar, Stamina Necro, Stamina DK, you can wear a bunch of different gear sets. You know, you can wear Fury at New Moon, you can wear New Moon and Shieldbreaker, you can wear Shieldbreaker Spriggans, New Moon Spriggans, you can wear, you know, there's so many gear sets that you can wear, and they're all successful, you know? And then you hop on, you know, a not so good class, and the amount of gear sets you can wear dwindles, you know, because the class just isn't as strong. And so there's different ways to be strong in this game. You know, you can wear strong monster sets or gear, or you can be running a class, and you'll often see people just, you know, bitch more about people running gear sets or bitching about the class or whatever. But at the end of the day, like, you know, you're already fighting outnumbered. You're already gimping yourself. Like, if you're in my situation where you're fighting like severely outnumbered, like the clips I'm posting, you're already putting yourself at a disadvantage. You know, you're already handicapping yourself by taking, you know, 100% more damage, or 200 to 300% more damage than what you're able to dish out to a large group that outnumbers you. You're already putting yourself in these situations. Why do you feel the need to have to handicap yourself more? You know, I feel like King of Games said it best. You know, he said it best in his video, where he's like, you know, Zerglings have us all outplayed here, because they're out here talking shit about people and making you adjust your gear, but they're not doing that to you. You're not doing that to them. You know, they don't give a shit. They're going to wear cost increased poisons. They're going to run Zon. They're going to snipe desync you. They're going to run a Warden fucking snare build and just lock you in place and dot you down. And, you know, like, they don't give a shit. Like, they're going to wear the strong shit. So at the end of the day, if that's what you want to do, you should be able to do it. You know, you shouldn't listen to outside people. If you don't want to wear, you know, strong proc sets like I do, because, you know, you feel you don't want to, you know, be carried, do that too. Like, who cares? You know, how I play shouldn't be how you play. You know, at the end of the day, it's your game. Play how you want. So that's going to be the end of this video. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a nice day.